Throughout history, there have been key moments that shaped the course of civilization. Some were technological breakthroughs, others were political revolutions, and some were tragic events that forced humanity to rethink its trajectory. These moments didn't just influence their immediate time, they had lasting effects that still shape the modern world. In this video, we will see the 10 pivotal moments in history that changed the world forever. 1. The fall of the Roman Empire, 476 AD. The fall of the Western Roman Empire in 476 AD marked the end of ancient civilization and the beginning of the Middle Ages. Rome had been the dominant power in Europe for centuries, influencing law, architecture, military tactics, and governance. However, a combination of internal corruption, economic troubles, and external invasions by barbarian tribes led to its downfall. The most significant blow came when the Germanic chieftain Odoacer deposed the last Roman emperor, Romulus Augustulus. This event plunged Europe into a period of fragmentation, leading to the rise of feudalism. Without a centralized power, Europe became a patchwork of kingdoms and fiefdoms. However, Rome's legacy endured, influencing the Renaissance, modern governments, and the Catholic Church. 2. The signing of the Magna Carta, 1215. In 1215, King John of England was forced to sign the Magna Carta, a document that limited royal power and established the principle that no one, not even a king, was above the law. Though it was initially meant to appease rebellious barons, it became the foundation for modern democracy. The Magna Carta introduced ideas such as the right to a fair trial and protection from unlawful imprisonment, concepts that later inspired the U.S. Constitution and the Universal Declaration of Human Rights. It marked the beginning of constitutional government, where rulers could no longer act with absolute authority. 3. The discovery of the New World, 1492. When Christopher Columbus landed in the Americas in 1492, he unknowingly set off one of the most transformative periods in history. His voyage led to the European colonization of the Americas, which resulted in the exchange of goods, ideas, and diseases between the Old World and the New. This moment, known as the Columbian Exchange, introduced crops like potatoes and tomatoes to Europe, while bringing horses and wheat to the Americas. The consequences of this moment still shape global politics, economies, and cultures today. 4. The Industrial Revolution, 18th–19th century. The Industrial Revolution transformed human civilization more than any other period since the Agricultural Revolution. Beginning in Britain in the late 18th century, this era saw the rise of factories, mechanization, and mass production. Innovations like the steam engine, spinning jenny, and electricity revolutionized industries and led to rapid urbanization. For the first time in history, goods could be produced on a massive scale, leading to economic growth and an increase in global trade. However, it also resulted in harsh working conditions, child labor, and environmental degradation. The industrial boom paved the way for modern capitalism, the technological age, and the interconnected global economy we see today. 5. The French Revolution, 1789–1799. The French Revolution was one of the most radical political shifts in history, overthrowing a monarchy that had ruled for centuries and laying the foundation for modern democracy. Fueled by ideas of liberty, equality, and fraternity, the revolutionaries abolished the feudal system, executed King Louis XVI, and established a republic. The revolution inspired other movements worldwide, from Latin American independence to the Russian Revolution. It also introduced key democratic principles, such as universal rights and the separation of church and state. Though it led to violence, including the infamous Reign of Terror, its influence on modern political ideologies is undeniable. 6. The abolition of slavery, 19th century. For centuries, slavery was a brutal yet common practice across civilizations. However, by the 19th century, a global movement to abolish slavery gained momentum. Britain was among the first to act, passing the Slave Trade Act in 1807 and the Slavery Abolition Act in 1833. The United States followed after a bloody civil war, officially ending slavery with the 13th Amendment in 1865. The abolition of slavery reshaped economies and societies worldwide, shifting labor practices and human rights perspectives. However, the scars of slavery remain, as systemic racism, economic inequality, and social divisions continue to affect many countries. 7. The assassination of Archduke Franz Ferdinand, 1914. A single gunshot in Sarajevo set the world on fire. On June 28, 1914, Gavrilo Princip, a Bosnian nationalist, assassinated Archduke Franz Ferdinand of Austria-Hungary. This event triggered World War I as Austria-Hungary declared war on Serbia, pulling in alliances from across Europe. World War I reshaped global politics, led to the collapse of empires, Ottoman, Austro-Hungarian, Russian, and resulted in the Treaty of Versailles, which heavily punished Germany. This treaty's harsh terms created resentment that later contributed to the rise of Adolf Hitler and World War II. The world was never the same after the Great War, as it marked the beginning of modern warfare and international alliances. 8. The atomic bombings of Hiroshima and Nagasaki, 1945. On August 6 and 9, 1945, the United States dropped atomic bombs on Hiroshima and Nagasaki, forcing Japan to surrender and ending World War II. These were the first and only uses of nuclear weapons in war, instantly killing over 200,000 people and devastating entire cities. The bombings ushered in the nuclear age, leading to the Cold War arms race between the US and the Soviet Union. The world became aware of the destructive power of nuclear weapons, leading to decades of geopolitical tension, military buildups, and disarmament treaties. The shadow of nuclear warfare still looms over global politics today. 9. The fall of the Berlin Wall, 1989. For nearly 30 years, the Berlin Wall symbolized the division between East and West, democracy and communism. Built in 1961 by East Germany, it physically and ideologically separated Berlin, representing the larger Cold War struggle. On November 9, 1989, following political pressure and public protests, East German authorities allowed citizens to cross freely. Crowds tore down the wall, signifying the collapse of Soviet influence in Eastern Europe. This moment led to the reunification of Germany, the end of the Cold War, and the spread of democracy across former communist states. The fall of the Berlin Wall reshaped global politics, leading to the rise of a more interconnected world. However, it also left lasting challenges, including economic disparity between Eastern and Western Europe. 10. The rise of the Internet, late 20th century, present. Few inventions have had as profound an impact on humanity as the Internet. Developed in the late 20th century, the Internet transformed communication, commerce, education, and entertainment. What began as a military project evolved into a global network that now connects billions of people. The Internet revolutionized industries, making information instantly accessible and enabling global collaboration. Social media reshaped politics and culture. E-commerce changed the way we shop, and artificial intelligence is now redefining jobs. However, the digital age also introduced cybersecurity threats, misinformation, and concerns over privacy. As we move forward, the Internet continues to shape the future, blurring the lines between virtual and real-world interactions. History is full of turning points, but these 10 moments fundamentally altered the trajectory of humanity. Whether through war, revolution, innovation, or ideology, they shaped the world we live in today. As we face new challenges in the 21st century, understanding these historical shifts reminds us of the power of human decisions and the importance of learning from the past.